What if the thing that is truly blocking your success is you? What if it isn't the outside things that are out of your control? What if it isn't that person that keeps bringing you down? What if it isn't this thing that is getting in your way? Now, if you're honest with yourself for a couple seconds and you really think about all the times in your life where you haven't gotten what you wanted, and you think to yourself, what was really behind the fact that you didn't get it? And I think you'll start to realize that it was you. It was not the outside things. It was not outside factors. It was just you. The book that I read for February that I'm going to break down for you is The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest. And it's a book that talks a lot about self-sabotage, your emotions, and finding your true identity and knowing who you actually are. So you can use that to, instead of break yourself down, you can use that to build yourself up and achieve all the things you want to accomplish. Now, the first quote that I want to share is from page 37, and it says, "When we are afraid of failing or feeling vulnerable or not being as good as we want others to think we are, we end up avoiding the work that is required to actually become that good. We sabotage ourselves because it is the willingness to show up and simply do it again and again and again that ultimately brings us to a place of mastery." A lot of the times when we fail in our lives, it's because we say we didn't have enough time. We say that other people influenced us in ways that were bad, that helped us not get to our goal, that we were scared of what others think. And a lot of that not being prepared comes from really just not being prepared. You don't spend the time, you don't put in the work to actually achieve what you want to achieve, to get what you want to accomplish. And that is a huge thing in our lives where we expect results without putting in the work to get to those results. So what she's saying is that if you actually do put in the work, if you actually do put in the daily reps, those things become so much easier and we can completely throw away the opinions of others. The next quote kind of ties into the last video I made, and it kind of also ties into the first quote. It's on page 69, and it says, "It is essential that you learn to take action before you feel like doing it. Taking action builds momentum and creates motivation. These feelings will not come to you spontaneously. You have to generate them. You have to inspire yourself. You have to move. You have to simply begin and allow your life and your energy to reorient itself to prefer the behaviors that are going to move your life forward, not the ones that are keeping you held back." When you do something, you have to think to yourself, is this pushing me more towards the person I want to be? Or is this one of those habits that I've been doing that keeps me stuck where I am? And you have to truly break down the habit, because some habits that seem good, that seem like they're pushing you forward, are actually really holding you back because they're not involved with what you actually want and they aren't aligned. You have to break it down and you have to say, this thing, like something that might seem very, very good to you, is like, let's use the example of, say, partying. I know I get used a lot, and you might be thinking, my goal in life is to be happy. My goal in life is to have fun. And you go on these parties every single Friday night. And if you really break it down, yeah, you're going to have fun at that party. And you're probably going to enjoy it a lot. But then when you wake up Saturday morning, you basically take your whole Saturday and throw it down the drain. You basically get rid of that whole day for sacrificing a couple hours the night before. Whereas instead, you could do something else on that Friday, enjoy it, have fun, and then still wake up on Saturday and be ready to enjoy that day as well. The last part in the book is about identity and finding out who you truly are and how you can use that and leverage it to your advantage. On page 104, Brianna says that without the ability to understand ourselves, we inevitably become lost. Now, what she's saying here is it's a shift in your perspective of how you see yourself. If you view yourself and you say, I'm trying to become a disciplined person, then you're always going to be trying. You're always going to be trying to get it, but you're never going to. Whereas if you change your perspective to, I am a disciplined person, you're going to naturally see the things, the habits that are going to help you become disciplined and help you stay on the task that you want. Let's just say you're overweight and you're trying to lose weight, and you say, I'm trying to lose weight. We constantly say that. It works for some people. But if you always keep your identity as, I'm trying to become a fit person, you're always going to be trying for that, but you're never going to get it. You're always going to be thinking that you're in the right space, but you really won't be. Whereas if you change it to, I'm a fit person. You may not be there yet, but you're already creating the belief that you are, and that's where everything starts. To go along with that, Brianna also says that little things done repeatedly over time become the big things. When you're trying to change, you may think that doing a little something here and a little something there isn't going to help because it's not big. You're looking for that big breakthrough moment that just pushes you to who you want to be. But it's in the little things. It's in the small things that create who you are. And if you do them over time, you completely change your identity. Now, the way Brianna closes her book is talking about happiness and how to really achieve happiness. And I think the quote on page 231 really sums that up, where she says, "The only place to find happiness is in the present, because that's the only place it truly exists." You have to realize that happiness only exists in the present because the past already happened. You're not going to be happy because of something that already happened in the past. Things from that may waterfall, but something that happened 2 years ago isn't going to be the direct cause of your happiness now. And something that, like, if you think it's going to happen in the future, that isn't cause of true happiness now because it's not something you actually have. The only place you can truly find happiness is in the now. And that's the only place where it will ever be, because all you have is the present moment. No matter what you're chasing, no matter what your goals are, no matter who you wish to become, make sure you always find joy in the present moment, because it's truly the only one that you're guaranteed.